has this side.
Side stretching, what I call. That's right. All right, ready? Okay, we're gonna bring our legs out, bring our arms up, breathing in, breathing out. We're gonna go down to the waist, and we're gonna just drop our arms, and we're just gonna do like a nice sway, but we're gonna take one hand and bring it up to our armpit. So we're gonna sway and touch our armpit. So we're basically kicking our hands out.
Clock right.
Just dropping those hands out. And now we're going to just drop them down and do a nice figure eight, nice circle, moving those ankles, moving those feet, moving the hips. And then bringing our hands in the center, we're going to press down, press to the right, press down to the center, press down to the left. Like a little bounce, popping off with your fingers, popping up into your back. Just nice bounce. Back to the center, coming up. We're going to bend our knee to one side, and then you're going to bend your knee to the other side and bring your hands with you. So imagine you're skiing. This is kind of what I thought of when I was doing it.
It's like a little dance roll.
And then go up higher. We're going to praise Jesus now. Praise to Jesus. Because he needs it. We need it. Everybody needs it. And relaxing, bring those arms out. We're going to bring them in, tuck them in, bring them up, push them out, behind us. Just nice and center. Breathing in, breathing out. And relax. Now I want you to imagine that you're geese. You're going to put your hands together. You're going to wave out and then wave out. So just shifting and waving. So really move those arms and those fingers. Bending those knees, rocking into it. Open those wrists. And then bringing the arms out a little bit more into a nice little wave. Imagine your birds are just gliding along. Nice wave. Lead with your fingertips, lead with your hands, making sure those wrists are being used. Because that's what we're working on, the wrists. And then bring those arms out a little further. Remember, use those wrists, use those hands. Nice, good. And then coming back into the center, we're going to do nice, gentle sway. And then just have your shoulders. And relax into mountain. All right, going into mountain, bring your feet up. We're just going to roll up, roll down, and we're going to just bring our hands up and back. Nice and gentle. And relax. All right, focusing on our foot, we're going to just lift it up. We're going to do one balance where we're just lifting our foot up, closing our eyes if you need to. Flex that toe. Once that feels comfortable, you can try to bring your arms up over your head. Focusing on your breath, breathing in and out. And now we're going to transfer our weight. We're going to try to bring our leg behind us. And relax down. All right, now we're going to go to the other side, getting nice and comfortable. Bring our knee up, flex our toe, bring our hands up if we're ready or if we can. Find your focus point. And then if you can, you're going to transfer your weight and bring that knee to the back. And relax down. Okay, we're going to try it again. This time we're going to do straight leg. Bring our leg out nice and straight. Find your place. And then, yep, when you're ready, you can bring your arms up. And then if you can, you're going to transfer back. And relax down. All right, now we're going to do the other side. Finding your balance, lifting up your foot, flexing your toe. When you're ready, bring your arms up. And then when you're ready, shift your weight back. Go and relax. All right. Now we're going to grab our toe. So bending down, putting one hand on your knee for support. Grab that toe. This might be as far as you go. You may hang out here. Just bending your knee and grabbing that toe. If you go any further, you can. You can try to push it out. Just holding. And then if you want to, you can try to bring it all the way up. And relax. All right. Other side, again, bending the knee, grabbing the toe. Once again, this might be right where you're staying. If you can push out on it. And then if you can try to come all the way up. And relax. All right, now we're going to do the back. Again, just grabbing that toe, trying to bring that hip, knee, all of that down. So plank out, that's your goal. This is comfortable. You can bring your hand out. Once again, focusing on that and pushing against your leg. You may want to just stay right here if you want to. This is all about balance. And relax. All right, switching to the other side. And grabbing that toe. And we're just balancing here. You can bring your hand out and then just push away. Main thing is just trying to get that balance. And relax. All right, now we're going into Egyptian chair. So we're going to bring our arms up, relaxing into sitting position. So you're sitting in a chair. So your knees should be bent. And imagine that there's a chair underneath you. And we're just going to hold that, breathing in, breathing out. And then the next part of the sequence, we're going to go into flat back. And you're going to bring your arms back behind you. So you're going to go into the diving pool. And then you're going to drop your hands down. You're going to rotate to the right. Rotate to the left. And then you're going to just slowly come all the way up. Very slowly bringing your hands up. Going in to mount. Okay, so that's the sequence. So ready? We're going to do Egyptian chair. We're going to just hold this pose. We're going to try to hold each one for about 10 seconds. Making sure that we feel it, get it nice and filled. Then we're going to go into the flat back. Hold that for about 10 seconds. Make sure not to lock your knees. Going into the diver, bring those arms back, head up. So you're going to dive into the swimming pool. Drop those hands down in front. Walk over to the right. Walk over to the left. Back to the center. And then slowly rolling up. I'm going to do the sequence one more time. Egyptian chair. Flat back. Arms back behind you, going into diver. Rotate them down to the floor. Going to the right. Going to the left. Back to the center. And then slowly rolling. All right, we're going to step into triangle. We're going to basically do the same thing that we're doing in triangle. So first we're going to bend our knees, going into the stance, holding our legs out. We're going to hold that for 10 seconds. Then we're going to go into triangle flat back. Hold that for 10 seconds. Then we're going to bring our hands behind us, looking up. Try and touch your fingertips if you can. Then you're going to bring the hands all the way around to the floor in front of you. Then you're going to walk over to the right. Hold that. And then walk over to the left. Hold that. Come back into the center. And slowly rolling up. Bringing your hands up with you. And then you're going to salute this side. And then going into the squat position. We're going to hold that for 10 seconds. And going into triangle flat back. Then bring your arms behind you. Then drop your hands in front. Walk to the right. Walk to the left. Back to the center. And then slowly roll up and salute the sun. One more time. Going in the squat. Flat back. Bring your hands behind you. Drop them in front. Walk to the right. Walk to the left. Back to the center. And then slowly rolling up. And salute the sun. Coming back down. Now we're going to try to go a little bit deeper, if you can. We're going to try to go all the way, nice big squat down. And then we're going to just go to the left. Pull that stretch. Then we're going to walk over to the right and hold that stretch. And then we're going to try to move both feet at the same time. Standing up. So we're going to drop down to the low squat. Dropping down to the low squat in the middle. Going to the left. Going to the right. And then triangle holding both feet. Last time, dropping down to that deep squat. Going to the left. Going to the right. And then triangle, grabbing both ankles. And slowly coming up. All right, we're going to go into warrior one. And we're going to work on this hip. So we're going to just bring this toe. We're going to start off like this with the foot out. And then we're going to roll it and bring our hands back. Bring that foot at an angle. And we're going to roll it back into warrior one. So the main thing is you need to make sure warrior one is good first. So make sure that you're nice and turned. Hi, grab a bag if you want to. You have a mat? Yes, sir.
How y'all doing?
We're good. And then you're going to just roll that toe up. Then back into warrior one. So the foot comes down and everybody is angled. Then we're going to roll it back and bring those hands back. And last time up into warrior one. Now we're going into warrior two. And this time on warrior two, we're going to straighten that leg up and tilt to the side, looking up at the hand and going back into warrior two. Coming up into triangle, bringing that arm up, looking up at the arm, going back into warrior two. Last time, triangle, and looking up at the arm. And then we're going to come up, bring that foot in, rotate the other foot out, and go into warrior one. And once again, we're going to bring those hands behind us, lift up that toe. It's all about balancing. And then going back into warrior one, bringing that foot back. Make sure that you're nice and good into your warrior. And then going in to the pose, lifting up that foot, bringing those hands back. One more time. Warrior one. And then bringing those hands behind you into warrior one, two. All right, coming back into warrior one and going into warrior two. Okay, so this needs to be bent. You should be looking over one of your hands. You can choose whichever direction. Then you're going to go into triangle. Then you're going to drop that hand down and look up at the other hand. Go into warrior two. And then go into triangle. And then drop that hand down. Last time. Going into warrior two. And then dropping that hand down into triangle. And once again, we're going to come up into warrior one. And then if you can, step up. All right. So we're going back to the end of our mat. We're going to go into our sequence for downward dogs. We're going to go into down dog, bringing our arms up, bringing our body down, bringing our hands into diver, and drop into downward dog. Bringing our feet out, make sure your feet are nice and good underneath you. If this is too hard, you can do this one, going into the table. And you can do the pose from table. So from table, you'll bring your arms out like that, so that you have your butt in the air basically. And you're doing that stretch, you're feeling it in your shoulder blades, your head should be down, and you should be forcing into it. All right, and then for those who are in the downward dog, full position, go ahead and start doing your bicycle walk. For the ones that are down on the floor, you can just reach up your right arm by your ear, and you're just gonna stretch like that, come back down, and stretch like that. And just rotate back and forth with your breath, stretching those shoulders. Breathing into your pose. All right, now we're going to push back into our hamstrings or back into your shoulders. And when you're ready, I want you to lift up your right foot into the air. If you're at the table format, you're going to just lift up your right foot off the floor like this. So you're going to look like that if you're in the table form. Bring that back down and lift up your left leg. And relax down, and once again, do your walking or arm stretching. And coming down into table. So coming down into table, making sure that your arms are underneath you, your legs are nice and open, and then we're going to just bring our right arm up, bring it out to the side, and then bring it behind us. And then we're going to rotate it all the way back around. And basically, you're just going to open up the sky, go back, and around. And we're going to just do this nice open circle. Make sure that you try to keep those hips open as you do it. Those legs should be nice and circle. And the goal is that you're going to watch that thumb. So look up at the thumb. That's going to make you open up your chest and bring it back down. Look up at the thumb, all the way around, and bring it down. One more time, looking up at the thumb, and bringing it down. Okay, now we're going to go to the other side. Bringing up the left. Once again, you're going to just go all the way around, looking up at that thumb behind you and around. Just looking all the way up at that thumb. Try to open up that chest all the way around. All right, now we're going to slow down. Bring your finger down. Bring it up. Hold that position nice and slow. Look all the way back behind you. Bring it down. Once again, lifting it all the way up. Looking up at that thumb. Bring it all the way back. And then bring it down. One more time. Lift it all the way up. Looking behind your thumb. And bring it down. Okay, now we're going to work on our back. And we're going to just do cat and cow. So we're going to bring our chest up inside of us. And then tuck in our head as cat. And then we're going to drop our stomach down instead of somebody pulling it up or thread and bringing our head up. Opening up those hips. Closing them up. Going into cat. Tucking your head. And then down into cow. So somebody's pulling her stomach all the way down and your head coming up. Into cat. Down into cow. One more time. Up into cat. Down into cow. All right. Now we're going to do a nice circle movement with our body. We're going to just go all the way around in a nice circle. All the way around. Nice and gentle. And coming back to the center, now we're going to go around the other way. Moving those hips. And last time, back into the center. Going into table, we're going to thread the needle. So you're going to bring this hand through, drop your head to the ground, and stretch. Breathing in and out. Come back up. Bring the other hand through. Bring that head down. And come back up. And now we're going to just go into child pose. Going all the way down. Relaxing into child pose. You may want to bring your feet out a little bit so you can sink into your pose, or you may want to bring your feet together, depending on how it feels for you. Just kind of go into it, feel how it feels, what works best for you. And we're just going to stay here for a few seconds. So breathe in, breathe out. Allow yourself to cool down. Let everything stretch out. And then we're going to slowly come up into sitting position. You're going to bring your legs around to the side. Bring your feet up. Straight. Try to sit up straight as much as possible. Flex those toes. And we're just going to hang out right here. And our goal is we're going to very slowly try to breathe And every time we breathe, we're going to just slowly walk our hands towards our feet. Nice and slow. You may want to close your eyes so you can think about it. Just breathing in and breathing out. Slowly moving. And when you find that spot where you're like, okay, I can't go any further, that's where you're going to stop and just breathe in and breathe out. Main thing is you want to keep your feet engaged. You want to try to focus on your body, focus on your arms, feel the tension in them, release that tension. Notice the back, any stretch, soreness, focusing on all of that and just try to breathe in and breathe out and try to let it relax with your breath. And then when you're ready, you're going to slowly come up. Bring one foot in. So you're making a figure four. Place the other hand on the hip or the right above the knee. Once again, you're going to walk out. Try to touch that toe. If you can, that's great. If not, don't worry about it. Just hang out right here. The main thing is you want to feel the stretch coming from the side of your body where you're trying to get your chest onto your knee. You don't really want to be bouncing too much. The other thing is you want to feel the stretch in here, in this leg. And if you cannot go all the way down like that, don't try to, because if you do that, notice how my chest is bending. You want to keep that chest open. So I always say for beginners, put your chin up and try to imagine your chin going over your foot. And that's going to keep you from punching in your chest. Just hold that position. And relax up. Now we're going to take that knee and we're going to just bring it up. For some of us, we'll stick it right here. This is where it'll stay. For the rest of us, if we want to, we can switch it over to our side. Just make sure that this foot is flat on the floor. So if the foot's not flat on the floor, leave it here. And then what you're going to do is take your hand, you're going to wrap around that knee, and you're going to twist your body onto that knee, and then you're going to place the other hand down on the floor. And you're going to look over your shoulder. Breathing in and out. Coming out, we're going to bring those feet back together. And once again, sitting up straight, flexing those toes. We're going to slowly walk down our legs towards our feet. Once again, stopping. When you feel that pull, you don't want it to hurt. You just want to feel it. Know that you're getting a stretch. Remember to look up over your feet. Focus on relaxing your body. Breathing through. Breathing in and out. And then slowly come up. We're going to bring that other leg back into a figure four. Once again, placing our hands on our leg. The other one is on our toe. We can reach it. We're just gonna focus on that stretch. And as you know, same with the leg, if you go further down, just try to go down further. See which way feels better, if you can. So you want to feel that engagement. So you want to make sure you're engaged. You can also bend your arm, if that engages your leg better. You want to feel that engagement of the body. And relax up. Once again, we're going to bring our knee up. We can either leave it here or bring it across. The goal is to keep that foot on the ground. Make sure this foot is still engaged. You're going to wrap that arm around. Bring the other arm behind you and look over your shoulder. And relax up. Once again, bring those feet together. Last time, we're going to walk ourselves down. See if we can go even further. On your place, hold that position. And relax. All right, now we're going to bring this knee behind us. So bring it behind us, pushing in, and we're going to once again grab for that foot. Relaxing into it. Come up, bring that foot front, bring the other one behind, and stretch. And relax. All right, we're going to bring our feet together into butterfly. Just imagine you're flapping your wings, and we want you to grab underneath your toes. And you're going to roll up and roll forward. Just nice and gentle. Tuck your chin in when you roll back, and your chin up when you roll forward. And just back and forth, rolling forward, rolling back. Using those abdominals, stretching those glutes. You should feel it all the way down into your pelvic. Imagine you're rocking basically, what's that word? Co-caucus? I don't know. We're rocking that bone down there on the tailbone. The tailbone. That's the word. Menopause, I'm telling you. I'll have that word. It'll pop into my head any minute. I can see it. C-O-Y. Thank you. You did, I think. All right, and then back into the center. You should now notice that you're sitting up straighter. And now we're going to just flap our wings. Nice and gently. Breathing in and breathing out. And then I want you to bring your hands in front of you. And we're just going to walk forward as far as we can. And then when you feel that you've gotten to where you can go, and you're like, that's it, I want you to walk towards the right. And we're going to hold for a few seconds. And then walk over to the left. And hold for a few seconds. Back over to the right. And then back over to the left. And then back into the center. And this time, if you can, just drop your head and relax into the toes. Breathing in and out. Releasing any tension in your hips. And then slowly coming up. All right. We're going to bring our knees together. Bring our butt to our feet. Bring our hands behind us. And then slowly come down onto the mat. And we're going to go out with our feet spread out just a little bit. And we're going into bridge pose. So we're going to roll up from our pelvic into our shoulder blades, pushing down into the palms of our hands and into our feet. Pushing up through our belly into the abdominal area. We're going to hold that. And then roll back down. We're going to do that one more time. Relaxing for a few seconds, and then we're going to breathe in, roll all the way up, pushing into our feet, lifting our abdominal up into the air into bridge pose. And then roll all the way back down. Now that we're here, we're going to bring our right knee up to our chest, bring our arms out to the side. And what we're going to do is we're going to breathe in and we're going to push it out in front of us towards the floor. Then we're going to breathe in and we're going to push it up above us to the ceiling. Then we're going to breathe in and just drop it to the side. So that's the cycle we're going to do. Breathe in, knee to chest. Breathe out, foot towards floor. Breathe in, knee to chest. Breathe out, foot to ceiling. Breathe in, knee falls out towards floor. Breathe in, knee to chest. Breathe out, foot to floor. Breathe in, knee to chest. Breathe out, foot to sky. Breathe in, knee out or away from us on the floor. One more time. Breathe in, knee to chest. Breathe out, foot to floor. Breathe in, knee to chest. Breathe out, foot to sky. Breathe in, knee to chest. Breathe out, knee away on floor. And then just bring that knee to the chest and we're going to do a nice circle. Just let that knee circle. And then bring that knee down to the other one. Notice the difference, how it feels a lot looser than the other knee. And now we're going to start with the other knee. Bring knee to chest. Exhale, bring knee out to floor, foot out to floor. Breathe knee to chest. Bring foot to sky. Knee to chest. Breathe out to floor. Breathe in, knee to chest. Breathe out, foot to floor. Breathe in, knee to chest. Breathe out, foot to sky. Breathe in, knee to chest. Breathe out, knee to side. Breathe in, knee to chest. Breathe out, foot to sky, floor. Breathe in, knee to chest. Breathe out, foot to sky. Breathe in, knee to chest. Breathe out, foot to floor. Breathe in, knee to chest. Breathe out, foot to floor. Breathe in, knee to chest. Breathe out, foot to sky. Breathe in, knee to chest. Breathe out, knee to floor. Bring knee to chest and then just circle. Dropping that knee over next to the other foot. We're just going to swing our knees side to side, letting them fall to each side of the floor, gently swaying back to forth, letting your knees fall side to side. Breathing in and out. And now I want you to pick a side, whichever one you want to, and you're just going to let your knees lay there for a little while. Turn your head the other direction. Close your eyes and just relax into the stretch. Then bring your knees up and let them fall to the other side. And then relaxing your knees back to the center. You're going to just let them fall away from each other into bound angel. And then place one hand on your chest and the other hand on your heart. Closing your eyes and allowing yourself to rest in that position. Breathing in and out. I want you to imagine your blood flowing through you, pumping through your heart, going into your lungs, gathering up the oxygen, and going down in your arm, flowing back up through your chest into the other arm. Going back up into your chest, and going down your spine, wrapping around your glutes, going down into your legs, back behind your knees, down your legs, down into your ankles, going up the arch of your feet, up over your foot, over your shins, over your knees, over your quads, into your organs, up through your heart, down into your lungs, and then you exhale. Breathing in again, allowing that blood to receive the oxygen, flowing down your arm, into each little finger, flowing back up into your chest, flowing around your shoulder blade, over your clavicles, into the other shoulder blade, down the arm, into the fingers, back up the arm, down the spine, around the ribs, into the organs, down into the pelvic, down the legs, down around the knees, down the calves, around the ankles, up over the feet, into the toes, back down over the feet, around the ankles, up the legs, around the pelvis, up through the organs, around the lungs, into the heart. Breathing in, breathing out. And as you breathe, I want you to think about joy, what that means to you. Think about all the joyful things that happened to you today, or yesterday, or this week. And I want you to tell yourself that anytime you feel sorrow, anytime that you're anxious, you have these memories of joy within you, and you can recall them at any moment. So bring forth a really good, joyful moment. Who's with you? Where are you? What are you wearing? Just relax in that moment of joy. as you come back into your body, once again, imagine that blood flowing through you, bringing oxygen to every part of your body. Focusing on that breath, breathing in, breathing out. You want to just slowly straighten your legs and then just squish your feet from left to right like a windshield wiper. And then slowly point your toes and flex your toes. And then turn your feet a nice circular motion. And then slowly focusing on your hips, just rotate your hips in a nice circular motion. And then moving to your fingers, rotate your fingers in a nice circular motion. And then your wrists. And then bring your hands all the way over your head. Give yourself a nice, good stretch. And then relax your hands down by your side, bringing your knees up to your chest. Give yourself a nice big hug and rock back and forth. And then slowly come into a sitting position. And once you get into a nice comfortable sitting position, we're just going to rotate our head in a nice circle. Nice and slow. Allow your ear to drop to your shoulder, your chin to roll into your armpit. Nice and slow. And then rotate the other way. And then coming back into circle, just roll your shoulders. And then roll the other way. And then bring your arms down beside you and breathe in. Touch your hands in front of your, above your head. And then we're just going to slightly twist side to side. Very gentle twist, not too big. Allowing ourselves Stretch out. Yes, just breathe. And then bring our hands down. This time we're going to breathe in, bringing our hands up. Hold, exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Last time, inhale up. Bringing your hands into prayer. Namaste. Namaste.